Welcome back everybody, my name is Eltimar and we are going to be continuing our Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity 2. Where we left off last time, we were ogre hunting now.
Shame I weren't at that animancy trial. My mind would have cut Theos' plot to bloody ribbons.
Indeed, it's a wonder we ever stopped Theos without you.
Don't let it discourage, lad. I'd wager silver you can keep up.
How generous of you.
Where is the ogre? Possibly up here. He's supposed to be here in Lifter's Refuge, which is where we currently are. Right down at the end of the docks. Oh, there he is. Yep. Alright, so there's three possible... Well, there's more than one possible enemy here, let's just say that.
Puny. Too puny to join my crew.
Arms crossed, the hulking ogre looks at you from head to toe. He spits at your feet unimpressed.
Go away. Be gone. Scram.
There's a bounty on you.
It is kind of you to announce yourself to me, bounty hunter. It will be just as kind of you to die by my hand.
Okay, so there are extra enemies, which is slightly unfortunate. I was kind of hoping we could just get away with just fighting the ogre, but there are lots of enemies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess it's not too bad. That hurt. We should pull back. What is doing so much AoE damage?
Just a little.
Whatever they have in their group does a lot of AoE damage. Okay, we'll pull back. That's the better plan. Fighting him on the stairs might be way easier.
Break the prat down if you keep pushing us, Cap.
Puny. Go away. It is kind...
Scallywags hoke.
Don't run in. Oh, there's even more of them up here. What the f... That's just bullshit. I mean, we could probably do this fight a little bit differently and have everyone up here. I have an idea. So it's literally everyone on this dock area here. There's a lot of them.
Hey, of course. Uh-huh. Stuck over here.
Another withers on the vine.
Can't even take down one of them before like the whole crew shows up to lay waste to us. Jesus. Alright. Fine. Come back for this bounty later. I feel we're really underleveled for where we are in the game for some reason. Like, either that or we are just way under geared or something. Because every time we try to do something we just get annihilated, and like not even fair fights. There's like 18 people in that fight. Let's do a quick head count at their forces versus ours. So we get 5 group members.
Yeah.
They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So it's 5 versus 13. It's a little bit overkill, I think. And I get Path of the Damned is supposed to be hard, but there's hard and then there's ruthless. Let's go to the beacon. Maybe we can meet up with this guy we're supposed to meet up with. Get some more experience. I feel if we had like some better armor and weapons though, we'd be in a better place. This looks like where we're supposed to meet our big captain friend. Two-Eye Pim. It's a weird name.
To you, Casita.
The captain flourishes a sweeping bow. When he bends forward, a golden soulinet slips from his collar to dangle on the edge of the chain. He tucks it away as he straightens, but not before you notice an etching on the front side. It marks him as the third chair on the Consueglo Me Casitas. Consueglo.
A word of advice. Guard your back in Dunnage. You have not yet carved a name for yourself or your crew. Yet you choose to swim in a sea of sharks. Should one take a bite, the Consuelo will not intervene.
Consuelo, thank you.
Elsewise, how might I be of assistance?
I'm gonna show him Ben with Soulinet. I want fourth seat on the Consuelo Me Casita.
The Consuelo will need to vote on it. But with your reputation, and if you vanquished Benwith, as appears to be the case, I do believe you are the most qualified to take his place, Huck. I will speak with Ferrante so that he may consider the matter further. You have my ear, Casita. Of what do you wish to discuss today?
Tell me of the Consuelo.
Yes, our Council of Captains.
He tips his head towards the semicircle of elaborately ornate chairs aligning the other side of the room.
There are 7 seats on the Consuelo, each occupied by a high-ranking captain within the Principe. Seat holders convene to vote on a variety of issues concerning the Principe's well-being. To claim a seat, a captain must have substantial backing and sufficient power both politically and physically. Ferrante, the last Marcheso, holds the highest ranking seat because the most ships in our entire fleet have pledged loyalty to his flag. As you can guess, the Sea Wolf, Aeldys, commands the second most numerous fleet of ships. As such, she is the second chair, and I am the third.
He rolls his neck on his head as if to work out a stiff muscle.
Perhaps you would like to attend the proceedings when the Consuelo next convenes.
I'm hoping to be sitting on the council. We gotta find our friend that told us to come here. Captain Ferrante. There we go.
Ah, Watcher. Good. You have arrived.
Chin jutting upward, he grants you a winsome smile. His left cheek dimples as the smile spreads to show teeth.
Ahoy there yourself, Captain. Or do I be but a pretty bit of man-meat to dangle from a wrist? As easily forgotten as set aside.
Arms akimbo and head askance, Seraphim smirks. Ferrante rubs his thumb over his golden soulinet, violent thoughts gliding over his face like dark clouds. Then he smiles, but it's a vicious expression more than a pleasant one.
A little seabird informs me that you have dealt with our mutual problem, the scoundrel Benwet.
His eyes glint as a fierce grin cuts across his face, and his lone dimple deepens.
Gelarde. For this you have my grandest commendation.
I want 15,000 copper.
You'd have been right amused, you would. Few sights as fine as that hard blowing 3-sheeter getting what's long been due him.
Hands on his hips, Seraphim juts his chest forward, blue fur expanding like a bird's plumage.
You are lacking in so many ways, my former ship hunter, that no one can say you are not entertaining. I myself would have enjoyed watching you put the scoundrel in his place.
He had it coming.
That he did. Indeed.
Ferrante strokes his fingers down the line of his jaw, eyes downcast in thought.
And as promised, I have prepared for you a fine prize.
With a sweep of his arm, he offers you a magnificent cloak. We gained a cloak of protection.
However, there is another matter of which we must now speak.
Go on.
I must confess to you a bit of a problem has arisen. One which speaks to your expertise with the supernatural. We've sighted the floating hangman that haunts the Deadfire.
Wait, did you see a ghost? Did you say a ghost ship haunts the Deadfire?
Indeed, and I will say it truly again. This galleon, what likely remains of the Fonferros, is a frightful legend.
What's the Fonferros? Meaning iron strength, the Fonferros is the grand Valiant galleon that the Darkozy paladin Lucia Riven used to flee the burning palace when charged to protect the royal family sword.
We have been losing ships at sea, amico, and not to those Valera ship-hunting bastards. I believe the floating hangman may be our culprit. Fortune favors us, as I have procured a survivor from such a recent sinking. You will consider what she has to say.
Head craning abruptly to the side, he barks a loud order.
Come forth, Selenia. Quickly now, or I will run rivers of your lethargic blood.
At that last, he smiles. He's kind of a weird person. Sun-blistered and raw-boned, the pirate regards you both with a discerning glare. She tongues a chapped bottom lip, but keeps quiet.
Well, spit it out, Selenia, and try not to embarrass me before our guest.
Of course, Captain. It might have pretty hard near the end, but I spit the tale as best as I can.
The pirate touches a spot at the base of her skull and winces. She glances off to the side, eyes black and full of hurt. Ferrante sighs and rubs tiredly between his brows.
Go on, gent. I'm ready as I'm like to get me.
With a shiver, the pirate turns her black button eyes to you. You will think hard and recount every detail you can understand. Do it even if it hurts, even if it kills you.
Dying's all anyone's liable for. Just the when and how of it's the question.
She sighs, fingers kneading her at the neck.
But it isn't time yet for me. No. Saw my old crew slaughtered me, my best mates, and even a few I hated. They weren't but blood and meat in the end. It branded the back of my eyes that moment. High seas. Nothing but blue all around. Then, mist so thick you could taste it. Ships sailed from within. Out of nowhere was a hunt, not for loot, but for bodies. The ship, it looked
She gropes at her hip, but there's nothing there, fingers fumbling at the air she bares her teeth.
rotted. The crew, they were all undead. Couldn't stop them from boarding. Couldn't kill them. Couldn't even fight them in the end.
How are you taken by surprise on the open sea?
Me and my crew were adept. Alert. Always. No. Weren't no one gonna get the jump on us. Was some magic foul. Just sudden like, the winds died, the waters fell flat and the air got heavy. They turned sky and the sea both against us. Then this thick fog roiled up at midday. Without a sound, the Spectre ship
She glides her hands in the air.
skimmed right out. It was too late. We couldn't outsail it.
Tell me about the undead.
They were dreadful. Some were clothed, like maybe they'd only recently died. Others weren't more than moving bones. One was different. Her presence was overwhelming. Heavy. Flames burned in the place of her eyes. The crew shambled hard to do her bidding, even the ones who seemed hardly aware. Figured she was the captain, me.
She shrugs, gaze going far away.
There is a flag the floating hangman flies. A flag that once heralded the Fonferus of Old Valia. It belonged to a Darkotsi paladin of some legend, one Lucia Rivan. But Selenia's knowledge is limited in this regard. Let us instead ask her of a subject she may know.
How did you survive?
Calling me Craven? Huh, sure, I am.
She snorts. She rubs at the back of her head, rough, like she needs it to hurt.
Took a knock-in and I was out for a while. When I came to, they were eating Ganasco, our steward. I dropped a dinghy and rode for it. Don't know why they didn't give chase. Don't much care, me.
When did this happen? She ruffles a hand through her short hair, scowls.
Dunno me. Drifted for days, maybe longer. Kept winking in and out after I ran out of drink.
One of mine found her no more than a week ago. Malnourished, dehydrated. The poor girl was scarcely able to speak.
Well, I'm more than able to gabble now, aren't I? Could sail, too. No, you got no reason to keep me.
She flits her hands over the softness of her shirt. Again, her fingers hesitate, close to her hip, the fabric crinkled there, where a pistol might normally be strapped. A muscle ticks in front of his jaw, but otherwise he ignores her.
Perhaps there is something else you wish to ask of our guest before she departs from us.
That'll be all. Selenia cuts a glance to Ferrante for confirmation. When he dismissively waves her away, her black eyes narrow and she raises her chin defiant. But then he turns his full gaze to her, suddenly seething, and she shrinks in on herself. Fist shaking at her sides, she reluctantly retreats.
She belongs to Aeldys, who undoubtedly will come to claim her soon. But that is a problem for another time.
Ferrante sighs.
One moment, Watcher.
The captain scowls as Selenia is retreating back, a dark anger warming his cheeks. Why the secrecy? He cans his head to you in mock surprise.
That much should be obvious, Diveros. I prefer my crews to fear their captains, not a phantasm roaming the seas, hunting to devour their souls. Allow me to cut to the heart of it. Lucia Revan, whose flag flies atop our spectral ship, was a Darkotsi paladin who died more than 200 years ago. It is my hope that uncovering the details regarding dear Revan's fate in life may illuminate the nature of her undeath and how to defeat her galleon.
True.
Unfortunately, the only soul who could possibly shine more light on our situation lies buried deep within Neketaka. One Isir the Berethian, now well rotted, I presume.
Who is this Ysir the Baratheon?
Regrettably, I know little but this. He was an Ediran warrior priest of Bereth, and a significantly fervent one if tales are to be believed. He chased our Dakotsi to the Deadfire, hunting her to, well, to her death.
Grim.
Shortly after slaughtering our brave paladin, the priest died, possibly of sickness, or perhaps from a festering battle wound. He was entombed in honor of his service to Berath in Neketaka's sacred stair.
Take it you have a plan?
Indeed, I do.
Go on.
Though I and mine cannot so openly venture into the depths of Neketaka, nor can we commune with the dead, you, Watcher, are adept in both of these areas, correct?
Yes.
You must search the temple of Berath on Neketaka's sacred stair. Ysir's tomb within it should contain a chronicle for how and where he slayed our paladin, Rivan.
Do we know anything more about Lucia Revan?
By all accounts, our Rivan was a Darkotsi paladin who sailed to the Deadfire in order to safeguard a royal weapon of Old Valia.
I like old weapons.
She is the epitome of Grand Valia, of magnificence, honor, and duty. Living or undead, she strives still to serve her charge. And yet, we know not why, but a Berethian priest called Ysir opposed our Rivan, and fiercely. They fought to the death, Rivans to be precise, in this very archipelago. Along with her life, Rivan lost the sword she had sworn to protect.
He traces a dreary line down his jaw.
It has, lamentably, remained unfindable since. I believe it may be why she searches the seas yet.
I'll see what I can do.
Gelarde, do return when you've any lead that may navigate us to where the floating hangman anchors. I will be waiting.
He nods cordially in dismissal. I don't even know if I got any experience for all of that. Okay, we've talked to Two-Eyed Pim. Let's go upstairs. That's to the Balefire Tower. I don't know what that is. But Balefire and Wheel of Time is a dangerous, dangerous thing.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Not stealing, I guess. That is. But I think we might be able to get away with it. Maybe?
Yes, of course.
Turn around.
Keeping an eye out.
That guy needs to go somewhere else. Oh, we're not being seen right now. Grabbing the stuff. Excellent. Oh, I hit a thing. There we go. I was like, why is my button not working? But I hit grave.
Yes?
Which would be why it wasn't working. Alright. I wonder if Pip has a quest for us, or if he just wants to have us voted in. Ooh, this looks like something to loot. If there's no guards in here, maybe we'll take some statues with us.
I'll see it done.
Okay. So we stole Ferrante's stuff. Not our proudest moment, I guess, but still. Let's go to the King's Coffin. What is that? Boat, I'm guessing? Ferrante's boat, maybe? Oh, it's a tavern. Lendreth.
Wait an hour, then pull any gold teeth. Easy as pie.
You're an idiot. Wait a minute, wait an hour. Alive, dead, it makes no difference at all.
I've pulled plenty of gold teeth. I know the right way of it.
Maybe I'll pull your teeth just to prove you wrong.
Oh,
What
damn.
do you know? It really does make no difference. You, out.
That dude just straight up shot that guy.
Reckon that's one way to settle an argument.
I mean, I'm okay with the way that turned out. I got some free things out of it. You're a named person. Deanie. Doesn't feel so good. Taryn as a dancer.
If you're enjoying my performance, tips are welcome but not required. Thank you, loyal patron.
Voice monotone, the wizard examines her nails as she speaks. A hand on her hip, she cocks her head as she waits for you to speak. Doesn't look like you're enjoying yourself.
I work for a handful of pyres per day. How could I find enjoyment in that?
How'd you end up among these pirates?
I was playing dice and gambled on a sure thing. It turned out not to be such a sure thing, and now Harker owns my arse until I can pay off the debt.
She grunts.
Of course, I started off owing him 250, and even though I've paid that twice, now I'm in the hole for 700. The interest rate, this uniform, my food and drinks, they all got added onto my tab at the end of the day.
So you're a slave, basically. I'll give you a tip.
Welcome back.
It's only 1 copper.
Oh, thank you, patron. I'll be debt-free in no time.
Despite her words, she doesn't actually sound appreciative. In fact, she rolls her eyes as she tucks the coin into her pocket. You find a lanky blonde elf flipping through a book of Adiran poetry by the artist Skilba. His armor is well worn and well kept. It bears on his breast the image of a double-headed eagle holding a sword and crown. Looking more closely, you notice that with his free hand, he's picking a padlock.
Hello. May I help you?
He catches you looking and gives you a shy smile.
Need anything?
Tell me about yourself.
I'm not sure what there is to tell. I'm a man of adventure, mostly.
Tell me a story.
A few. More than I could share in a night, to be sure. There is one that's close to my heart. It led me to my love.
He smiles. Go on. He nods, pleased.
I was on an expedition into the backwoods of Read Seras when I came across an abandoned town. To my great surprise, I found a tremendous hoard of books in the town priest's cottage.
What's surprising about that?
The Read Serans are conservative folk, more so even than the Adirans. They don't have much use for reading that doesn't come from one of the holy texts of the Church of Aethus. And what a selection of books it was. Every subject represented, even some questionable ones. I couldn't help but help myself to them. I took as many as I could carry, and I can carry quite a bit. Read them all cover to cover and learned a lot too. I tired soon of wandering, so I settled in a small town in the Deerwood and became a tutor for a noble family. Fell in love with the governess, naturally, and I stayed. For a while.
And what then?
Well...
He rubs at the back of his neck and looks away for a moment.
I felt a stirring in my bones one day. I can't explain it. I just woke up, caught sight of the horizon, and had to go. I left my lady wife right there in our marital bed.
He sighs deeply, a look of longing flits across his face, but he stifles it with a quick frown.
I don't know what's waiting for me out here in the Deadfire. But I have hope this will be my biggest adventure yet.
What can you teach me?
You listen to my long
explosives
tale.
and mechanics.
He's
another person that we can buy things from for a ridiculous cost.
Oh, God!
Hunched on his hands and knees, quivering and drenched in sweat, the pirate lets a pain-filled groan.
Lost my God's damn soul in stupidity. Aldred, save me now.
What's wrong with you?
My ship was attacked and boarded by pirate hunters. Didn't know if we'd be able to get away, so I swallowed down my most valuable possession, Ngati's black tear, a gemstone, about the size of my fist. Of course, now it ain't coming out of either end. Been trying all manner of foul concoctions to no effect on account of my stomach being too strong. Years of sailing the storm-racked seas will do that to you. I started feeling an intense pain 2 days ago. I think I might be dying. I can't even crawl no more.
What if I just punch you really hard in the stomach? That might get it out.
I think I ain't tried that. My stomach's all black and bruised, but a blasted gem's still stuck up me.
If I help you get it out, I want the gem.
You can take it. What I used to think was a blessed treasure has become my curse. Any price is worth getting it out of me. Rosanella's got a stand in the Radiant Court. She's been supplying me with some, experimental concoctions, tweaking them after. Tell her the last one actually came close to working.
Alright. I'll have to work on that for you then.
You must gather your party before venturing.
I'm gathering my party. Rosanella. That's Berna. That's Colette.
we agreed you'd stay out of...
That was a disaster of epic proportions if ever I directed one.
Arms flailing wildly before her, the stage performer shoos the other actors from the set.
A typhoon couldn't have cleared out our audience faster.
What's wrong?
What's wrong? I'll tell you what, everything. My troup's coming apart at the seams. We're short on cash, we're low on people, and we've run plumb dry on enthusiasm.
She ticks the points on her fingers.
We haven't drawn a decent crowd in more than a fortnight. And it ain't like pirates are hard to please. That's how you know the show really stinks. But I think I know what the problem is. We've got a lack of flair. If only I could hire more talented performers. I just know my play would take off.
I'll help you.
Really? Well, that's great. Then we could...
Abruptly, her eyes narrow and her dark brows furrowing with heavy suspicion.
Wait a tick. Why would you help me?
What
do you get out of this?
I expect a cut of the profits, of course.
Ah, of course. Well, that's more than fair. I'm in desperate need of 2 more performers. A wizard for one, plus any oaf big enough to pose as Aethus. I happen to know a wizard of the finest skill set who already performs here in Dunnage, Diana at the King's Coffin. But unfortunately, I got no idea of where we might find a suitable Aethus. Get me the right people for the parts, and I promise you'll be pleased with your investment. I'll turn us a profit or die trying.
Okay, I'll get to that too. More things to do.
My old captain was a drinker from the day he was born to the day he died. Always he was rail thin. He wound up with a wooden leg, 26 ships and a bilious fever. Sunrises a woe, doves.
There's the treasure trove. Where's this woman?
Is a sea-sized ruin.
You are an awful singer / performer. That was a pretty nice haul, actually, for an unguarded chest. Bunch of fine weapons and stuff. Maybe she's down here. Maybe she's at the bar. Yes, Rosanella, that's the person we're looking for.
So you're the captain the old port's been talking about. Aye, you do look like a fearsome sort. Welcome to Dunnage.
She slaps a hand onto the bar top with a hearty laugh.
What are you having? I'll pour you a double.
Pietro sent me to you.
Ah, I guess the last concoction I made for him didn't do the trick then. Poor bastard. There's one last tincture recipe I know that won't kill him. Probably. It's called Andra's Bile, but I don't have all the ingredients in stock.
Of course you don't.
You'll need a rotten hagfish, an unripened palm stone, and a vial of fire kelp extract. Have him mix it all with a half tankard of grog, and well, hope for the best.
Why do I need rotten hagfish, not regular hagfish?
The goal is to make him vomit, remember? A rotting hagfish produces a special oil once it reaches a certain level of decay.
Where can I find that?
Check the barrels around Lifter's Refuse for the rotten hagfish.
You might be able to find unripened palmstone for sale somewhere in Radiant Court.
She pours a drink, but rather than passing it to a patron, she downs it herself.
Arker in the King's Coffin usually keeps some fire kelp extract on hand for special purposes. Be careful when dealing with that one.
Okay. Unripened palm fruit.
But when should we lot? Where and how could we see?
A repeat customer. I like your type. What can I stock you up?
Perfect. Palmstone, sorry. Alright, we got stage 1.
More doves, and you may sober
We'll run this
up,
video a bit longer to get this
thinking
quest done.
Aeora's last ship.
The treasure trove. Sounds like a bar. Or like a nightclub. That's a creepy looking dude.
Welcome to the treasure trove, sailor.
A strapping godlight blinks between the swollen, crusty tumors lining her eyes. Her lips crack, weeping a sappy substance as she speaks.
Always. It's a pleasure to meet another of our kind.
She extends a black-scaled hand to shake yours.
Anything in my trove catches your eye, you let me know. All right.
What do you got? You have magical weapons too. What is this? Flail? A legendary flail? A legendary rapier. Oh my god. That is a thing of beauty. That penetration rating. That accuracy rating. We could hit things so well with it. What are these? Death Denied. What were we supposed to get? I got distracted by the sweet armors and weapons. I don't see anything.
So Arch, you got the look of a true pirate about you. Cutthroat, cunning, sunburn. I like it. Anything in my trove?
Do we have to go maybe down here? Ooh. Can we loot this place? It's a guard.
I'll deal with this. Done.
It is definitely stealing to take it, but that is some
Where
good
there's a
experience.
pick, there's a way.
That luck difficulty is way too high for us. Alright, let's see if we can
Yes? They won't see me coming.
get out of the way, dear. You're in my way.
I'll see.
Thank you.
Leave it.
Can't get that one.
What is it?
What am I asked?
What we're supposed to find? Okay. Oh, King's Coffin, not the Radiant Court treasure trove. There's so many nice items here that I want to buy, though. I just need like 200,000 gold, copper, whatever, and I'll be fine. That's all I need. It's a couple 100,000 copper to buy all the fancy items I want. Oops. King's Coffin. We have to go there for two things. We have to hire a dancer for the play. I guess we should have gone to Lifter's refuge first. Refuge, sorry. Find the rotten kelpfish or whatever it's called. Rotten hagfish, I think it is. Thought we already had some, but maybe not. We must already have some. We looted this whole area, I'm pretty sure. Rotten hagfish, unripened. Okay, so we already have rotten hagfish, and unripened stone, which means we just need the one other part. Hagfish, stone, fire kelp extract. At the bar, you find a tall man with salt gray hair and strikingly bright blue eyes. His face sports a handful of long scars that continue down his neck and disappear beneath the collar of his shirt. He looks up at you from wiping down the counter when you approach and gives you a broad, disarming smile.
Haven't seen you around before. Welcome to the King's Coffin.
His smile is wide enough to show his bright white teeth, but his light eyes remain cold and flinty.
What can I do for you?
Got any fire kelp extract?
Sure do. And at a generously discounted price too. 250 pies.
Sure.
Be careful you don't get any of it in your eyes. Burns like a mother. Oh, burns like you wouldn't believe. Wouldn't wish that sting on anybody. Not even my worst enemy. Actually, yeah, I would.
He chuckles deeply to himself as he hands you the vial of fire kelp extract. Alright. Let's give him this thing. I want my gem, damn it.
Damn my God! Lost my God's damn soul in stupidity! Andre, save me now!
Use this stuff. Hands trembling, Pietro hastily mixes the contents into a wooden mug half filled with water. With a final nervous swallow, he lifts the mug to his lips and downs the concoction. After several moments, nothing happens, and he shakes his head, expression grim.
Oh.
But then he goes white as a sheet. His throat models red, and his mouth pops open a little. Oh, of surprise.
Oh, God! He's coming out the other end now!
Iron Gut scoops up the vomit-covered gemstone, what looks to be a black pearl the size of a small rock. He gives it a quick wipe down before thrusting it into your hands. We have a black pearl.
Oh, now, if you'll excuse me, I need a change of bottoms.
Biting back a curse, he hurls off. We got some experience for that though, and that's going to be the end of our video. We've actually gone a little bit longer than normal. In the next one, we'll try and figure out how to go about getting her to dance for the crew and finding a giant person to also be an actor. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, I'll see you all next time. Take care.